My dear brothers and sisters, let me begin my homily with a simple question. Have you ever felt that you are not enough? Have you ever felt that you are not enough? Have you ever looked at yourself and thought, I'm not good enough. I am not holy enough. I am not capable enough. I don't have enough. That feeling is probably one of the greatest struggles of our generation. Kung napapansin nyo. You see the irony. Nakita nyo yung kabalintunaan. Very modern tayo ngayon, di ba? Would you agree? Very modern. One click away. Pero, parang kulang pa rin. We feel that something is always missing. We lack money. We lack opportunities. We lack time. We lack strength. We lack peace. And sometimes we even feel that we lack purpose. We live in a world surrounded by corruption, immorality, broken families, wounded relationships, violence, and uncertainty. It is easy to lose hope. It is easy to believe that nothing will ever change. Hopeless na tayo. Kaya marami ang sumusuko kahit hindi pa nagsisimula. Okay? Maraming sumusuko kahit hindi pa nagsisimula. May mga nagsasabi, hindi na ako magsaserve sa simbahan kasi makasalanang tao ako. Ang iba naman ay nagsasabing, hindi na ako magpapakasal, hindi na kami magpapakasal, maghihiwalay lang din naman. May nagsasabing, hindi na ako magkukumpisal, magkakasala rin lang naman ako pagkatapos. At may mga kabataang nawawala ng pag-asa, hindi na ako mag-aaral, mahirap lang kami, wala kaming panggastos. But is that really the end of the story? Is that really the end of the story? We know that many students today, maraming mga estudyante ngayon, finish their studies despite poverty. Di ba? Maraming nakakapagtapos ng pag-aaral kahit mahirap. They work during the day. They apply for scholarships. They sacrifice because when there is determination, God opens the door. Do you believe in that? Kung may pagpupursige, bubuksan ng Diyos ang lahat ng kaniyang biyaya. But I think there is something even deeper happening. Madalas, pinangungunahan natin ang Diyos. Yung ibang mga kabataan hindi na gustong mag-aral. Pero alam naman natin yung dictum. Ano yun? Kapag gusto, maraming paraan. Pag ayaw, alam nyo na yan. Pero madalas, pinangungunahan natin ang Diyos. Before God even acts, we already conclude what He cannot do. Before He opens a door, we have already closed it ourselves. Before He writes the ending, we have already decided that our story is hopeless. That is exactly what happened in today's gospel. When the disciples saw the crowd, they immediately calculated the situation. They saw the late hour, gabi na. They saw empty place. They saw only, ilang loaves yun? 5 loaves and 2 fish. So they told Jesus, Lord, send the people away so that they can buy food. Alisin nyo na po sila para makabili sila ng pagkain. From a human perspective, they were practical. Practical lang naman. They were realistic. But they forgot one very important thing. Ano yung nakalimutan nila, mga kapatid? Simple lang. Nakalimutan nila, nakaharap nila ang Diyos. Nakalimutan nilang Diyos, si Jesus. They were telling God what could and could not be done. How often do we do the same? We tell God, Lord, this marriage can no longer be saved. Lord, my child will never change. Di na magbabago yung anak ko. Lord, I will always be a sinner. Makasalanan na po talaga ako. Lord, I am too poor. Lord, I am too weak. Without realizing it, we are already limiting the God who has no limits. But Jesus did not see what was lacking. He saw what was being offered. Ilan yun? 5 loaves and 2 fish. 5 tinapay, 2 isda. In human hands, they were insufficient. Kulang naman talaga. Imagine, 5,000 men pa lang yun. Papakainin mo ng 5 tinapay, 2 isda. Kulang naman talaga. But in the hands of Jesus, they became more than enough. Because God can make an abundance out of scarcity. God can make a miracle out of 2 fish and 5 loaves. God can change our lives out of our sins and past mistakes. That is the miracle. Not simply the 5,000 people were fed. The greater miracle is that God transforms what we think is insufficient into something overflowing with grace. Mga kapatid, huwag nating sabihin, hindi ako magsisilbi dahil makasalanan ako. Hindi ba't ang mga apostol mismo ay mga makasalanan? Si Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Matthew was a tax collector. Paul persecuted Christians. Yet God transformed them into saints because they allowed God to work. Huwag nating sabihin, hindi na po ako magkukumpisal, Father. Ayoko nang pumasok dyan sa confessional na yan dahil magkakasala rin lang naman ako. Confession is not a reward for the perfect. It is medicine for the wounded. Huwag mong sabihin, hindi na ako mangangarap dahil mahirap lang kami. The God who multiplied the loaves is the same God who continues to provide for those who trust Him. May kakilala akong seminarista. No? Nung pumasok siya sa seminaryo, no? Pagpasok pa lang niya sa seminaryo, naghiwalay na agad ang kanyang mga magulang. Timing. Pumasok sa seminaryo, first year na sa seminary, hindi niya alam, pag-uwi niya dun sa bahay nila, wala na siyang pamilya. Naghiwalay na yung mama at papa niya. Nasira ang kanyang pamilya. Parang gumuho lahat ng kanyang mga pangarap. Kaya naman, nakapag-decide siyang huwag na lang magpatuloy. Lalabas na siya sa seminary. Nung magpapaalam na siya sa formator na lalabas na siya, kasi nga naghiwalay ang kanyang mga magulang, sinabi sa kanya ng pare, no, ng formator. Ito yung sinabi ng formator, ha. Kung lalabas ka ba ng seminary, magbabalikan ba ang magulang mo? Kung lalabas ka ba, makakatulong ka bang mabuo ulit ang pamilya mo? Nahimasmasan ang seminaristang yon sa sinabi ng formator. Last year, sabay kaming na-ordain sa pagkapare. And lo and behold, kumpleto na ulit ang kaniyang pamilya. Huwag nating pangunahan ang Diyos. May iba nga ayaw mag-take ng board exam kasi natatakot bumagsak. Hindi pa nga nakakapag-review, natatakot ng bumagsak. Huwag nating pangunahan ang Diyos. That is why St. Paul tells us in today's first reading with such confidence, nothing can separate us from the love of Christ. Not hardship, not persecution, not failure, not our painful past, not even death itself. If nothing can separate us from His love, then why do we keep separating ourselves from the love of Him because of fear? Perhaps the reason we feel empty is not because we truly lack something. Perhaps God allows us to experience emptiness emptiness, and brokenness, so that we may discover that He alone can fill it. Every human heart has a space that only God can occupy. Money cannot fill it. Success cannot fill it. Relationships cannot completely fill it. Influence cannot fulfill it. Only Christ can. Kaya mga kapatid, ito ang paanyaya ng Panginoon sa ating lahat ngayon. Huwag nating pangunahan ang Diyos. Huwag nating maliitin ang Diyos. Huwag nating maliitin ang simple, ngunit taos-pusong panalangin sapagkat kaya nitong magbago ng buhay. 5 loaves and 2 fish were simple. Yet once they were placed in the hands of Jesus, they became a miracle. Maybe your faith seems small today. Maybe your prayer is weak. Maybe all you have is a little hope. Offer it to Jesus anyway. Because God does not ask you to begin with abundance. He simply asks you to offer what you have. Kung ano lang yung makakaya natin. And He will take care of the rest. So next time mga kapatid, when you feel that you are not enough, do not focus on what is in your hands. Instead, look at those hands you are in. Because in our hands, 5 loaves and 2 fish are never enough. But in the hands of God, scarcity becomes abundance, wounds become grace, sinners become saints, and the impossible becomes possible. Mga kapatid, huwag nating pangunahan ang Diyos. Hayaan mong siya ang maging Diyos sa ating buhay. For God is not looking for people who are already enough. He is looking for hearts that are willing to trust Him. And where there is trust and faith, miracles begin.